This is Corey and Kevin here. We are at the Be Quiet booth, here to check out some of the amazing products that we've got on display. Unfortunately, I've only got one mic, so Kevin's going to take it from here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. All right, so one of the great things that we have to offer, and actually we kind of just were toying with the idea at the beginning, is this awesome little stand that we've created for the Lightbase 900. It looks relatively simple, and that's honestly because it is. What we decided to do is, since this Lightbase can rotate in 3 different directions, we thought 3 wasn't enough. So we needed 4 different directions, right? So you have your vertical, you have your horizontal, and now you have your upright position, which is kind of neat. Each one of these stands that we're theoretically going to produce come with a nice little channel on the bottom here. The wood version actually has like recessed holes for your actual screws that are on the side panels of the case and the back side of the case as well. In addition to that, we also have a metal version that's coming out that will be that has holes in the back side of it here that'll thread directly into the case door to make it a little bit more secure than the wood version. The wood version is just kind of like a set down in type of thing. This is more secure mounts to it and more permanent type of structure. Available in white and in black, and again, right now we're doing it for the Lightbase 900, and we're going to continue to open up that offering to the 600 eventually as well. But again, this was kind of like our T1 prototype. We just wanted to see what people thought, and I hope that the demand is actually pretty good. You gotta let me know what you guys think. And so one of the other offerings that we've brought to Computex is our new peripheral lineup, right? So we've got the dark mount and the light mount keyboards. The dark mount is probably the Cadillac of keyboards, if I can say so. It's not only quiet, as our name might suggest, but it is very, very customizable. The dark mount itself has a couple different features that you may have seen on other keyboards that are very similar. The media dock is changeable from side to side, which is fantastic. It does just click right in. The armrest is magnetic, so that just kind of snaps right in, which is another great feature. But then if you want to move your numpad here, you can just detach it just like that. You flip it over, push the little button, set it next to the side, and clicks together. And then you can also take that hand rest and pop it in there because it's magnetic as well. The neat part about the media dock is not only does it control some of the features that you have on your PC, but it also can control the keyboard independently. So if you don't want to have any of that software, you're worried about bloatware, this is just one way around it. So you have the option of changing the profiles, changing the lighting, the intensity, all from that media dock right built in. In addition to that, we have a web-based software, and then we also have an integrated software into the desktop mode, which is fantastic. Some people are really worried about that, and we still want to offer the option to control and customize your keyboard without having that extra software added. Now, you won't necessarily get all of the extra features, but you will have at least the baseline to do your lighting, your macros, and then save it to the memory that's actually on the keyboard itself, which is quite neat because then you can change all your settings, save it, and bring your keyboard over to a friend's house and play some games, and it'll load up the exact way that you left it. In addition to the dark mount, we needed a full-size keyboard that wasn't necessarily as customizable, but could also be included in your budget, maybe a little bit more budget friendly. So we have the light mount here, which is actually a full-size keyboard that includes the numpad as well. You get a couple additional macro keys on the side with a nice knob for your volume on your media and a kill switch for the mute. Again, it comes with all the great features that you would expect from Be Quiet, whether it being a very, very quiet key or some customizability through the software. Now, unfortunately, this one doesn't have the abilities that the dark mount does with all of the extra pieces that you can control outside of it, but you can still save all of your settings to the memory inside of the keyboard and then have it set up as exactly the way that you left it when you hook it up again. So to round out the peripheral offerings that we had to include a mouse as well. And so what we have is we have the Dark Perk Symmetrical and then the Dark Perk Ergo. And the difference between the two is the Ergo is going to have a little bit more of a bump to it for the bear claw type of grip, whereas the Symmetrical has more of a smooth and equal finish on both sides. So if you are a lefty, you can use the left side as well. Both of these mice are extremely light. I mean, under 55 grams, which is unbelievable. They do have a quick disconnect straight from the top of the USB-C, and then are also wireless as well. They have a little USB dongle that you can just plug right in, and it works wirelessly just as intended. Now, it does have an 8,000 polling rate, 8,000 hertz polling rate, And again, it comes with these awesome skates on the bottom of it that are already lubed and ready to go right out of the box. So our last offering here, at least when it comes to new products, is our new AIO. I guess you couldn't say it's new, but it is a new design, and man, it's got some pretty neat features. We have the Pure Loop 3LX. This is the RGB model, and it comes in 240 and in 360. As you can see, it's got our LX fans on it, and it has a nice little pump head on the front here too. And what we end up doing with this one is we want to give you a little bit of customizability for your pump top. You know, if you can't afford an LCD screen, or maybe you think that that's a little jarring, what we have here is the ability to take off these little laminates and then change them out. And included in the kit is actually 10 of these laminates, just as you see here, and a couple blank ones as well. So if you want to get creative, you want to print out something yourself or try and draw on it and whatnot, the opportunities are endless. So that's available for the Pure Loop 3LX, again, 240 and 360. And then we have the Pure Loop 3, which is even, for me, a little bit even more exciting because it's the first blacked out, all blacked out AIO, I think, that's on the market. So the Pure Loop 3 LX RGB, the Pure Loop 3 non-RGB is just the standard. But again, as you can see, there's no LEDs on this at all. The only LED that you'll actually get is inside of the pump head, and it's just an indicator light, just to let you know that it actually is on and running if you can't tell by holding the tubes or putting your hand on the pump top. But with the top little black cover here, it does completely isolate all of the lighting inside of the pump, so therefore you don't see anything, and it is all 100% blacked out. Included are the high-speed Pure Wing 3 fans, again a little bit more affordable option, and again, because it's blacked out, it does make it a little bit more budget-friendly AIO offering than we would typically offer. That is pretty much it, guys. So thank you again for stopping by here at the Be Quiet booth at Computex 2025. And if there's anything else that you need, check us out on bequiet.com or on our socials at bequiet_official. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.